down just a little in the face.
Yes.
Like, I don't know, just a little bit.
Okay, so we're live.
Ooh.
And yeah, it says live, it says going. We're doing this through StreamYard. Yeah, it says live, it says going. Oh, there's a delay. We're doing this through StreamYard. Yeah, it says live, it says going. Oh, there's a delay. We're doing this through StreamYard. Technicalities. Okay. Now, why can't I hear Paul? Can you hear Paul?
No, I just see you.
Okay, so
Green art.
what's up, Gilkinson? Hey, Gary.
You can't
Long time, buddy.
Oh,
Sorry, Joel. All right, let's try this again.
I want to do it.
I'm going to message you, Paul. I know you can hear me.
You were able to hear him on StreamYard. Just
I was.
Tackable.
Sorry, guys. Trying to make it happen. Says I am backstage. You need to add me. Okay.
Fuck. Little
Let's send this one to Paul.
What's over here?
Done. All right, Paul, try that. Sorry if this is really terrible.
Okay,
Okay, we're out of there. What's chat look like?
Go on the way.
Yeah. Flower Horn has a huge KOK. Yes, he does. That is one well-fed fish. That's for sure. I guess I should use my brain, right? Over here. Hey, you. Come here. You. Come here. Okay.
Come here.
Yeah. Our special guest, Josephine, as always, is here. Yeah. Your very special guest. All right, so there's Paul.
Where's Batu?
I can see him, so that's good. I can see him, but I can't hear him. Can you guys hear him out there?
Yeah.
Can you hear him? It brought him back.
This is my neck.
What does that even mean? Let's go to settings here.
I just see you on YouTube.
Yeah, and he says that he needs to be invited, but I've sent him the invite. You may want to share our instructions for guests. Okay.
And there's nothing on StreamYard that you can add already?
The host should be able to provide you a link. I've done that. He needs to allow streamers to access his camera and mic. So maybe it's allowed access to that. And then he needs to enter a display name. And then the host will be informed that you've been arrived. I haven't been informed that he's arrived. Maybe that's the issue. Add to stream.
Oh, wait, is that?
Uh-oh.
You hear me now?
Uh-oh.
Aha, do you hear me? All right, is that good? Let me kind of go this way a little bit. There we go.
I always play a moron on the internet. I'm actually a smart person in real life.
You know what? I am a moron on the internet. I'm a moron in real life. Good. But anyway, those of you guys who don't know me, Pokey Paul here from Green Oasis Farms. Always keeping it weird, and today we are going to live stream. So
Perfect.
now that everyone can hear me and see me, this is great. You know, so
Good.
anyway.
There we go.
So I actually want to ask you a question. First of all, about that flower horn you got behind you over there.
Yeah, so this is gelato.
When let's see it a little bit. He's got a. He's looks like he's off to the left over there.
Yeah, I can get him to come over.
Oh, there he is. So when did you get that flower horn?
So interesting story on this. Backstory briefly is that my wife hated fish for a number of years, and we found him at a PetSmart about 3 years ago on a Black Friday, and I paid a whole $8 for him.
Wow,
Made out like a bandit.
it's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. What do you feed him? Looks like you feed him whole chickens.
So we feed a lot of different stuff around here. A variety of pellets. I mean, Kakari, Extreme. Definitely do a lot of the frozen krill, a lot of bloodworms, coal guppies, things like that.
Very nice, very nice. Yeah, I like to feed live food. So do you notice he likes the live food better, or do you notice he likes the
It's all the same.
Doesn't even matter with him?
No, it's all the same. You put it in there, it's gone. It's just the way he is.
Basically, he's a savage.
Yes.
Yeah, that's kind of how I eat a little bit, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, you put 9
like,
tacos and wings. It's all the same to me.
If you put a burrito in front of me, the thing will be gone in like 13 seconds.
Exactly.
Before you can even say burrito, it's gone. So I noticed that fish kind of eat like that too, which,
Absolutely.
And that's the that's pretty much the best part about it. I mean, at least that's one thing I will say. I will start it like this.
Yeah.
So what I've noticed is healthy fish eat like savages.
Well, it's variety. That's the key. And if they're eating savagely, I mean, they're either predatory or very hungry.
Yeah. I mean, I noticed. I mean, well, depends on what kind of fish I'm feeding. But like, if I'm feeding my koi, for example, I'll feed them, and like 3 minutes later, they just want to eat again.
Exactly. That's a fun fish. I mean, and with the lack of a stomach, that'll happen too.
Yeah,
it's an interesting thing about those guys.
So they get to basically eat, but just with no guilt.
Mm-hmm.
They just able to eat. That's good.
Yeah, it's like a puffer, just in and out.
Yeah, and that's great. You know what I mean? Don't you wish you could just be like that? Like you can just go to like a McDonald's or like a Burger King, everything, and just be like, yeah, let me get 5 Whoppers.
And then come back around.
Wow, I look great after this. Like, I mean, it's awesome. That's amazing. So
There's this fast food mecca by my job. It's got McDonald's, Taco Bell, KFC, Wendy's, Panera, Buffalo Wild Wings, and then like a mom and pop sandwich shop, like all in one place, and they're open late.
Does anyone ever get out of there alive?
So a lot of us come back fat and even lazier than what we showed up to work for.
You know what though? I think they do it on purpose though. That's kind of what they do. They're just like, you know what? What are we gonna feed these people to make them not want to move? Like once they eat, they want to either go right back to the counter and get ice cream, or they just want to like fall asleep or pass out, whatever comes first.
And it's really cold in my job, so all you want to do is just sit and hide and just take a leak.
Yeah. I'll tell you though. I mean, the way I feed these guys, it's like a buffet. I tell you. I mean, like sometimes, I have. Let me switch over to this side a little bit. I have a brine shrimp hatchery over there, and I feed them a lot of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So definitely, that definitely works good. And what I've noticed is when I feed my fry, the baby brine shrimp work the best because two things. For one, it's easy to shoot in front of their face. Number two, they move a lot, and the fry like the moving food. It makes them feel like they're hunting.
Correct.
Plus, it's just great food for them. And being baby brine shrimp is really nutritious for them and makes them grow good. And also, too, just so you guys know, those of you guys who have never actually taken care of fry, it doesn't matter what kind of fry, fry need to eat a certain way, otherwise they're not going to grow good.
Correct.
So I'm not saying there's only one type of food you can feed them, because you can feed them a multitude of different types of food. But I like baby brine shrimp the best because just about everything can eat it, and everything will eat it. I mean, my guppies eat it, my angels eat it, and I've had Danios eat it, all sorts of stuff, and it all does pretty good. And plus, not to mention, I have a little turkey baster, which I will show you. It's pretty filthy looking, but it's a turkey baster. It does its job. And I kind of just take it and go like boop boop, and it does what it has to do. So just a quick poll, real quick. Does anyone in the comments? Does anyone currently grow baby brine shrimp? If so, type yes or no, or you can say it in your head too. You don't really have to type it, but if you type it, that would be great. But
looks like Joe Coffey is a fan of the Vegemite.
The what?
Boy, Vegemite. Joe says a little Vegemite for dessert, and I'm happy.
Vegemite. I don't
You know
know.
what Vegemite is?
I don't know if I've ever heard of that.
It's from an American's perspective. You know the little, so you know what ramen is, and it comes with like a little packet of super duper salty like seasonings and stuff.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that is like a paste, you know, almost like it comes in like a little McDonald's dipping cup kind of deal. It's super bitter, super salty, but that's like everywhere outside of America looks at what we eat as super salty and super sweet because it really is.
Because it is.
But their taste buds down in that area, to them, you know, it's like a nice little salty snack. But to us, it's disgusting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, most of our food, honestly,
We have some here. I mean, we have friends in Australia. They send us crap all the time.
I'm sure.
But,
You know what, though? I'll tell you what, though. Anyone, if you came to America and from somewhere else, and you want to just go eat our fast food, you probably have the runs for like 9 days straight. Because, you know, that's kind of what McDonald's and stuff like that does to you. Or even just a lot of the stuff you buy at the supermarket. But which leads me to this, actually. As far as these guys, I try not to feed them. We try to feed them as, you know, the best food possible. Even though we do sell fish, we do like to keep them healthy. I know a lot of pet shops, they like to get it really where it's just cheap.
Yeah, in and out.
Don't get me wrong, cheap is good, but you know, you got to make sure that if you're going to keep fish for extended periods of time, that you end up feeding them the right way, and then they are happy, and then they're going to whatever home they're going to, and they're going to be happy as well. Because I mean, a not stressed out fish is a good fish. You want something that's not stressed out. Stress is really bad.
Definitely. And I don't know if you know, but you know, we're opening a fish store in the next probably 3 to 6 months too. So I mean, we did the website thing, and that's just for clothing and home goods and those kinds of things. But we're actually doing a fish store in the next few months too. So
very nice. What do you plan on doing?
Freshwater only. A lot of, you know, obviously still do plants and aquascaping materials, but freshwater only.
Okay,
it's a huge opportunity by us.
Let me give you a little piece of advice. The best thing to do to start this kind of thing is don't go overboard at first, because if you try to go like crazy, it's not going to work.
Yeah, we talked to Jason.
I actually had dinner with him over the weekend.
That was his big piece of advice to us too.
Yeah, you know what it is? If you shouldn't sell out of something that's like, so you want to start in like either 1 or 2 tanks, and then work your way up. Right. So like for us, we started out with duckweed, which, you know what? Let's talk about that real quick. Let's talk about the business aspect of hunting, because all right. So the way that my business works is, first of all, it's Green Oasis Farms. Those of you guys who don't know, I do have 3 other partners that I work with. So we have Mike from Arizona. I have Chris, who is the maintenance guy in the back. Hold on, my chair just sunk. And we have Chris's brother, who's Nick, and we all work together, and we all, you know, do our part in the business. There's Chris right there. He just walked by. He's like the invisible man. He just walks whenever he can. You know what I mean?
Flash.
I have Pet Sodix. What's going on, Pet Sodix?
Hey, Diego. Come on.
So basically, what I've noticed. Let me just try to get this chair up a little bit more. See if I can do that. Nope, not gonna work. That's okay though. That's fine. So we started with duckweed. And we moved on after that to like smaller plants and stuff like that. We moved on to like whether it's red tiger lotus. Yeah. Then we went to like lace plants, Amazon swords, Java fern. Then we kind of got a little bit daring. We're like, all right, let's try to do something that's alive. So we went to a mystery snail, which ships good.
Yeah.
So Holly is asking, who's Chris? So when he walks back in, we are going to bombard him with fame. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get him on this right now, because plus he looks fancy. He just got out of work, so he's looking pretty suave right now. But
we bought our first.
There he is. Come here.
Wow.
Everyone wants to know.
Eating duckweed to goldfish. There's Chris.
This is the guy right there. He honestly, if he was like wearing if he was wearing this shirt, I would think he's Mr. Clean. But now you know who Chris is, though. So now everyone knows. There he is. The guy that keeps everything running. Who keeps it running?
Attaboy.
Keeps it running. So that's the you know, that so, and can I just tell you something too? The most important thing, but not just behind the fish business, but any business is a good team.
Yeah.
A good team is everything. If you don't have a good team behind you, your chance of success goes probably 70% down to where you're going to be. Now, I'm not saying it's impossible to do by yourself. I personally think it's impossible to do by yourself. So yes, I did just contradict myself. I'm aware of that. It's not very. It's just not possible. I mean, if you want to do real small operations, that'll work. But if you want to grow into something that's going to be reputable, something that's going to, it's between the sales, the shipping, the social media. I mean, 2019, you need to have social media.
Oh yeah.
The truth is, there is no Chris. He was just on camera. What do you mean there is no Chris? He's here. The guy, Chris exists. Let me tell you, he's like a phantom. Chris is a phantom. Let me tell you something. The guy just, like, sometimes I swear to God, he'll do something, and then like 2 seconds later, I'm like turn around, like this, and he's just gone. He's the sneakiest guy I've ever met in my life. He's so sneaky.
Phantasma.
He is. But and you know what? And I'll tell you right now too. I mean, there's. Which let me ask you a question. How do you think you're going to start? Like, what do you think? I see things. I do see things. That's why I'm so weird and crazy. Oh, you're gonna start with that? I don't know if you get a lot. I don't know how much you can get for that. Then again, she's pretty cute. So I mean, you probably could get. You probably would be able to start a good, successful business just based on that.
$7. $7.
Yeah.
$5. $5.
He's my
$5.
So Chris kind of is the Phantom Menace, just so we know, just so we're clear here. Chris is good at the most abstract things. Like I'm not even kidding you. Like, you got to see this guy dance. Like, he's like Michael Jackson, but like a much shorter haircut and probably around the same height, to be honest with you. He can like spin a staff like a million times in a row. Like, it's just kind of weird, you know what I mean? Oh, what the 5 fingers say to the face? Smack! That's what it said to the face. So, those of you guys who know, you guys who've seen Chappelle's show.
So I don't know if you can see chat. Let's see. Mike, Fish Tank Barn. Mike said, "Do I have any updates on the store?" Yeah. So I had a legal meeting about a week ago that I thought was going to go well, and it did not. So there's about a 8-week delay on that process. So now we have some things. We have a lot of things that we're going to do in between now and then, but the legal thing isn't going to happen until December. So once that gets done, then we can move on from that thing, and then we can begin all the stuff.
Yeah, you know, everyone thinks it's super easy to do. It's really not that easy.
It's not.
Just to give you an idea, so let me show you guys something real quick. I have my laptop with me, so we're going to travel for a minute. So you guys are going to get in my vehicle real quick. All right? And I'm going to turn some lights on. That way you can see. Oh, there he is again. There he is again.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God, there he is again. So,
Yes, there, Joe.
I'm going to turn these lights on. That way you guys can see a little bit about what I'm looking at. So, got, hold on. Let me move it over this way. Oh, yeah, right here. Bodies, Molly's swordtails,
Bumblebee,
that kind of stuff. Right, that way you guys can see. I want to go ahead and go around to some of my gups. Gups. Who doesn't like a guppy? You gotta love guppies. You know what I mean? They're just, look how serene they are. So, what's going on, Devin? I'm gonna go ahead and bring you guys around. Oh, there he is again. There he is again. Can't escape this guy now. He's everywhere now. We go to the African cichlids. That way you guys can see a little bit more. That is in the way. I don't even know what way to move it. There you go.
I say no more to be in the bed.
You guys a little bit. So we did this. We actually did this fish room a couple of weeks ago. That's when we decided to start it. On the corner here, we have some biscuits over here. They're hard to see because they're a little skittish, but we're gonna leave them alone for now. We'll just show you guys some of these angels real quick. That way you guys can see. So we built this fish room a couple of month process. And it was so the structure, all the structure in here was built by Chris and Nick, and basically, you know, so you got kind of like, you know, a little bit of a how do I even explain this? Like, that's what that part of the team does. I mean, that part of the team really heavily does, like the construction end of it. Chris does all of our shipping, taking care of all the fish and stuff like that. And then you'll see guys like me and Mike, like you'll have, I do a lot of the social media. And then I'll do like a lot of, just like a lot of other stuff too. Like I'll do like a lot of the eBay page. Those of you guys don't know, we're on eBay. A lot of the website. Mike also helps me with that. Mike is a great accomplice to that. And again, just to make it work really good. That is definitely the way to do it. Mike says he wants to show the angels. So let me just show you guys. This is one of the breeding pairs right here. Look at them. They are solid. I want to show you. I've got some little guys in here.
Oh,
I got a bunch of them. And then move on to this one. I got some more in here, some veils and stuff like that. I'm actually just secretly videoing Chris because, there he is.
Hashtag free plug.
Again, look at that beard, everyone. It looks like Billy Mays. Look at that. Look at that beard. God.
Show me the betta, she says.
Show me the bettas. All right. I only have a couple of bettas right now because we actually we out of stock, but I'll show you a couple of what. And all I really have is one. I only have one in stock right now. Dear Lord. It's just he's right back there. But we have. Looks like we got Palmer Aquatics in the group. What's going on, Chris? How are you? Yeah, I'm going to show you something real quick. Hang on.
What's up, bro?
Some more gups. Some more of the gups. You know what I mean? And but we've really been heavily actually. And now that there's more light on here. You have my betta. You don't have my betta. I don't know about that. Hang on a second here. So yeah, that should give you guys a good idea of what's going on here. But I actually kind of want to know a little bit more about how you got into fish keeping. How did you get into fish keeping?
Yeah, I'll answer Devin real quick. Hey, Turbo, any fish swaps or auctions coming up in like a month or two? Because I legitimately have 150 long fin albino plecos. A little too small now, but soon. Look up GCCA, Devin, and getgills.com, and that will solve that issue. So my origin story goes way, way, way back to when I was a tiny person, almost my current, my little daughter's age, of just, looking into my dad's goldfish tank. And then, he never, oh my gosh, I was probably 20 when he didn't have a tank. I mean, I'm old now. So I would say the better part of 12 years, just constantly going over my dad, seeing the tank. I was about 8 when I got my first one. Maybe I was 9 or 10. Somewhere around then, at a garage sale, 55-gallon tank, got it for like nothing. Found filters at the PetSmart, went to the backyard and got rocks and filled it with that, filled it with every community fish you could ever think of. That progressed into working at pet stores as a teenager, which progressed to breeding fish for profit. I bred a bunch of stuff when I was in high school and college, just for fun. I mean, I still breed stuff now just for fun. That progressed to always having a tank. I mean, I've always had an aquarium. I can't think of, aside from Army times and doing Army-related items, those are obviously not, you can't really have a betta going on a road trip. Doesn't really work that way. But we've had multiple tank syndrome, I'd say the last 5 years or so, 5-6 years now. We've been breeding and selling fish with more effort and more concentration, I'd say 3 to 4 years. Lately, I'd say the last year or so, we've been just kind of backing off and backing away. Instead of putting money further into buying crap, we've been putting money to the side to, get ready for the next things coming our way. So right now we have 19 tanks going around here. We've got a breeding trio of Pundamilia nairi. That's a 100% pure strain, Victorian cichlid. We're one of very few people to have those, so we're very fortunate to have those. I found out I have a breeding pair of red devils, so that's fun.
Nice. Those are so aggressive.
Yeah, they're nasty. My parrot convict. I don't know if it's like a short-bodied convict thing.
You think your red devil's nastier than me?
Maybe.
Maybe. Like how sure are you? Like, are you thinking like? I mean, I get pretty aggressive. I mean, see this face? This is a pretty aggressive face. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is pretty aggressive. Only sometimes though. That then I'm like, unless my wife walks in the room, then I'm like, I give her the non-aggressive. You know what I mean? But that's wives though. Wives are a lot like betters. They flare and stuff like that. You're like, oh my god, it's beautiful, but it's scary at the same time. Like,
and
my wife's 98 pounds too, and I'm like double her weight. But somehow she's scary. I don't know how that happened. It's weird. Sorry, my bad. I got a little blow off. I'm sorry, but I mean, it sounds like you have a lot of stuff, and I mean that's excellent.
And we have cinnamon frogs as well, and that's something that you're only going to find at zoos. There is, we heard of another person in the United States that had these frogs, and I reached out to Josh. Josh doesn't have these frogs, so if Josh doesn't have these frogs, my next source is zoos. So I did find a zoo in Europe that has them, and I reached out to them. Unfortunately, there's no English communication on that end of the deal.
Oh, man.
So, not good. But they got them to breed, and that's all I know. Because everything that I translate comes back with things that I really can't understand.
So you're saying you don't understand English?
Yeah, that's my issue. Yep.
Nah, I barely. You know what? I'll tell you right now, too. I don't know how anyone understands me. I talk like 500 miles an hour, and it's barely English. But I can definitely understand. Like, if someone talked to me, first of all, I mean, the New York accent's just too much sometimes. People get scared away by it. I'm kind of scared by it, to be honest with you. But whatever. It is what it is, I guess. But so I'm kind of curious. So they're asking about these cinnamon frogs.
Yeah.
Elaborate. I want to know about these cinnamon frogs. What is so cinnamon about them?
Well, so initially I thought that they'd be fairly easy to breed and that it wouldn't be a big deal. I'm so wrong. I'm so very, very wrong. These frogs are actually very rare in the personal keeping of these frogs. Nobody does it because they're so expensive to own or to purchase in general, right? So these frogs run about $80, $90 a piece. Now I got them for
for frog.
Yeah.
By the way, Chris from Palmer Aquatics, I am unstable, very unstable. But yeah, so go ahead. I'm listening. Go ahead. It's just
Yeah. So they're also very rare in the wild. They're not on the extinct list, but they're on the endangered list. So I also want to be very careful in what I do. I've already lost one. I lost two. Excuse me. I lost one. I found out there was a gap, and then the other one I think the cat got. So not good.
Man, cats. You know what? That's a shame. But so a good therapist. Just out of curiosity, Chris, who is this therapist? Because I mean, if it's anyone from your group, I mean, maybe I'm in good hands because there's some good therapists, and actually, this is some good fish keepers in that group. But I kind of want to know. I mean, if the therapist is you, I'm interested. I want to know what you know, Chris, from Palmer Aquatics. I want to know because that's I kind of want to know your therapist because if he makes me build phenomenal fish tanks like what you've got there, I want to know that therapist.
Palmer's kind of wild too.
Right now. Even if you have a telegram, you better telegram that to me right now. I want it. I need that number. So sorry, I keep on going off in these tangents, but so I mean I like the frogs, and I know you mentioned Josh's frogs. I've heard from people that Josh has frogs.
Yes,
he's got frogs.
Quite a few.
Good. I mean, like
something like 50 different species.
That's so many. Like, we have frogs here. Like, see, all right. So as you guys don't know, I'm in Ruskin, Florida right now. We get a lot of different varieties of frogs here, wild, and we literally, I'm not even kidding you. One day we'll put like a little pool out there with like a little bit of water, and we'll have like 750,000 tadpoles in one day. So yeah, I don't know what it is. They just like our pools. Like, I don't know what it is because maybe what I think. I think Chris goes outside. I think he feeds the frogs. I was a frog. Thanks, Mike. I am a frog. It really, it really hurts my feelings, Mike. Because now that I know that's all. You know what? If I'm a frog, maybe I'll try to play frog. Like when the frog jumps across the street or whatever. I'm gonna try that. Then again, the roads aren't too busy around here, so I'll get across easily. But you think my next costume should be a frog, Mike? Adrian, you're looking a little bit. You're looking a little frozen over there. You're looking like some ice cream. AJ is frozen. You guys able to see him?
There it is. It came
he's
back.
on here now. Oh, thank God! I was getting really nervous, man. But so they're saying I should get
There's
a frog.
that frog Pokemon. Yeah.
Right? I mean, look, check it out. I always rep the Pokemon, dude. This is an Alolan hat. Always got it. I've always got it. So there's never a time where there's not at least something that's Pokemon that's on me. Which, by the way, let's just elaborate on something too. So I heard you're into Pokemon too.
Mm-hmm. I play every day. I do. We've been playing since it came out, actually.
The Pokemon Go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I played the games when I was a kid. I collected the cards when I was a kid, and
yeah, me too.
Now I got my kid. I get my kid into it.
I did all that as a kid, but I do it all as an adult too. You want all right. Well, this is for every one of you guys out there. Okay, you want to know the greatest lie that you're ever told as a kid and as an adult? That you're supposed to not like the stuff that you like as a kid as an adult? That's a lie.
False.
And the lie that can determine that is also a lie. Because I like Pokemon more now as an adult than I probably did as a kid. And because I understand it in different ways, like battling and all that mumbo jumbo, but it's just, to me, you know what? Here's the thing too, it's a great community.
Really.
And also, come on, think about how recognizable something like a Pikachu is. That's why I have the Pikachu onesie, because it's so recognizable. People know it, and they just understand. It just brings people together.
Eevee was almost the original Pokemon that he was supposed to have around with him too. And if you look at some of the early artwork, you'll see the Eevee. There was a poster that had, when they were doing the original artwork for, I think it was Pokemon Blue, Red, and Yellow. When it first came out, the original artwork, instead of Pikachu, it had Eevee.
Oh, wait, real quick, can I just make a shout out? JH Aquatics is in the building.
Hey, JH. Joseph Arden in the house.
He has some. Look at it. You ever see his hair? The hair is just I
saw it at Aqua Show. I was like,
it's more crazy than mine, except it's colored, which is awesome, by the way. Which, by the way, we were at Aquatic Experience this week, and I gotta say, Aquatic Experience was absolutely amazing. We were at the My Aquarium Box. But those of you guys who don't know, Greg Jones and Mike from Mass, all right. So My Aquarium Box is one of the best businesses that I've seen in the fish industry.
Sure.
Working with them was such a pleasure because we had just so many great things, and we were right across from the fish tube booth, by the way. Joseph was at the fish tube group and the fish tube booth, and it was absolutely it was wonderful. Just the community they have there is really good, and I like the fact that they kind of bring everyone together, and it's just it's just a great thing. So what has been your experience on fish keeping in the YouTube community?
I've been in the YouTuber community for at least 2.5 years now, 3 years now. When Corey first started doing YouTube, I was there for that. I know I've been hanging out with Dank for years, that's for sure. I've been watching GH for years now. I think we put our first fish-related video up on YouTube about 3 years or so ago. I've tried to maintain a very healthy and positive presence in the YouTube community. I definitely don't post a lot, and I do that on purpose. There's a lot of things I do here that I really don't care to share because I'm testing it, I'm trying it out, and personally, I'm just like everybody else. I get lazy. I have 19 aquariums. I have a full-time job, a life.
I don't believe that you get lazy. I don't believe that. I think you're lying. You're a liar, dude.
So my lazy versus other people's lazy are very different.
What do you mean?
So we can share privately my military experience, but I'm not a quitter, my friend. So when I start feeling a little poopy, I must really start feeling kind of poopy. And then I really love the fish too. So when things start going down south around here, it's kind of like, don't really want to film that, you know.
I totally understand, man.
But there's actually a lot of tanks that would piss off the internet anyway, and I really don't want to deal with people, and I don't want to argue with anyone on the internet because keyboard warriors are the most worthless pieces of trash in my entire universe.
I agree with that. I agree with that. The best way to
I don't believe in bashing people on the internet. I don't think bashing people accomplishes anything. I'm happy to argue that Mulm is a good thing or a bad thing, but I'm not going to be bashed by it. I'm not going to listen to it. It's just annoying to me. And when I see people attack other people because of it, it's like, you know what? I'm not going to do it. But I have Mulm in this tank up here, and my fish are breeding like crazy, and they're eating the infusoria that I'm putting in there on purpose, and it's going fantastic. I have a fish that rarely bred for anybody else. And
I don't know if you knew this, but did you know that everyone's an expert?
Yes, I love those too. Those are my favorites.
I mean, I was under the impression that everybody's an expert. I mean, everybody's the best fish keeper. Everybody knows the most.
My way works.
The best filtration.
And only my way works. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Holly brought up a good point here. So it is almost our birthday, and I'm getting older, and I'm starting to get kind of old. Like I don't know what's happening here. Like I'm getting to the time where like I'm starting to lose my hair now and everything like that. I'm afraid to go outside when it's windy because I'm afraid it's going to blow off my head. Yeah, it's going to blow. It's going to blow off my head. But and you know what, JH Aquatics, you're absolutely right. Positivity does breed positivity. You are absolutely correct.
Exactly. Plant good seeds, even if you disagree with somebody. Just plant a good seed. Like I didn't think about doing it that way. I hope it works.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, my birthday's October 24th, Annie. But yeah, it does breed positivity. That's why, all right. So just so you guys know, and I'm sure then those of you guys who follow Green Oasis Farms or even on me on my personal page, I'm sure you guys probably see my silly socks. So I love the silly socks. If it's like Mario socks or Zelda socks, Pokemon socks, Scooby Doo, which by the way, Scooby Doo is another one for me, which is great. Like I love it. Like, and I just. Who doesn't like Scooby Doo? Like Scoob. It's great. It's a great thing. You know what I mean? Everyone likes Scooby Doo.
Sure.
So, it's just which I know Holly gets a kick out of that because I don't know if she's heard my impressions. Maybe I'll do them in a little bit. But I got I like to prep. Like you know what? I also have a full-time job where I drive, so I have a lot of time to spend in my car, and I like to do impressions while I'm in the car, which is kind of
here you go.
It's kind of nice to be honest with you. I kind of like it. I want to make fish socks designed for fish cauldron. It's in the works. So when you make fish socks, I will be your first customer. You hit me up and I will buy them from you instantly. Yeah. And Mario Pikachu socks. So I have Mario and I have Pikachu socks. I've worn them both. I have pictures of them both, and that's kind of my thing. I love the socks. Who doesn't?
So Devin, question for you both. I have leeches. Any idea how to get rid of them? They are like brown Flanneria. Those are probably detritus worms. Just clean some more. I really don't do anything about it except check myself when I see detritus worms or planaria. All I do is check myself. If it's just a couple, I really don't do anything about it. If it's a bunch, then I start looking in the mirror like, okay, am I getting lazy? Am I overfeeding? What am I doing? What am I feeding? It's really common in like my Oscar tank, for example, or the 125. It's just super hearty protein meat-loving tanks. They're really common to have detritus and planaria and stuff. As long as it's not a huge thing, I really wouldn't do anything about it, Devin. But you can go across and do like a gravel back really lightly, and that's even if you want to. That's at least what I do.
So I have another one. Have you seen the Mario Pikachu cards? No, I haven't, but I would love to see it. And by the way, if you have, Annie, if you have those socks and you want to send them, you let me know, and I'll give you a shout out and everything like that. I would love to get some of those. My wife thinks I'm crazy. I have more pairs of socks than I do of anything else in my whole entire drawer. I've got more socks and underwear than anything. It's kind of weird. I don't know why.
I need to get rid of some socks.
Yeah. I think you need some silly socks in your life. And everyone kind of you need silly socks.
I don't know if they make them for people with very large feet.
my feet are like they're like monstrosities. I mean, I'm only like 5'9", and I'm like a size 12 or 13.
That's I'm 13, 14. Yeah.
Like I don't know why they're so big. Like my mom, like she must have. I don't know what she did while she was pregnant with me, but like it just
Lots of spinach.
they made a collab Mario, Pikachu, Pokemon cards, and Luigi too. You know, Luigi doesn't get enough love. Like why does everyone just ignore Luigi? Like he's so awesome. Like what
He's
is
Robin to the Batman, man.
Huh?
He's Robin to Batman. That's what it is.
You're right. Yeah, but Luigi. Yeah, but you know what? I agree with you on that, but it's kind of an insult though because Robin is very light in pants.
Talented.
Very light.
Yes.
Luigi is at least like kind of cool. He's like tall and he's probably good at plumbing. Like Robin's not good at anything. Like he doesn't even have any cool devices or anything like that. His mask is stupid. Like Batman is so Robin's so dumb.
Sidekick.
Yeah, but you know what though? I feel like, which by the way, like Nintendo characters, by the way, just want to throw this out there, are by far the best characters in my personal opinion. Just because, you know, they have like that more like how do I even explain this? Like they're very distinguishable. People know who they are, and they're just very like
easily recognizable.
Look at me, you know what I mean? They all have, you know, all their own little things, but
and they can evolve into different things as well.
They can,
like the characters, the flying characters.
Mm-hmm. So we got Mike here. He says Paul is crazy. I'm a little crazy. Well, I'm a lot of crazy. Let me tell you something. There's not a little bit of crazy in this. See how there's just it's everywhere from here all the way here. It's just all the way down to my toes. Like it's all crazy. But yes, Devin, you're right. They all do have backstories, and I hope one day to see maybe some kind of like, you know, maybe like a Super Smash Brothers type of movie. That would be pretty cool. That
would be cool. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like maybe like Mario, Link.
Throw in Donkey Kong would be neat too.
Awesome. Like why wouldn't they be able to do that? Like if they have like
they have the rights to it, it's all the same company. I don't see why not.
Which by the I think would be I mean look, I don't know if you guys have seen Detective Pikachu, but it's phenomenal, by the way. Those of you guys who haven't seen it, it's absolutely great. And after seeing that, I was just like, first of all, my brain was just like, after seeing it, I just was like, wow, this is amazing. So I really liked it. And those of you guys who haven't seen it, go check it out. Ryan Reynolds is great. So, you know. But Donkey Kong was awesome.
Sure.
Donkey Kong is pretty awesome. I mean, he's got
the N64 game was fun.
Donkey Kong Country?
Yeah, that was fun.
All has a brain. Yeah, I know. It's surprising, isn't it? I'm even sometimes surprised too. Like the other day, I went to the doctor and he told me too. He's like, "Oh, your brain activity is normal." I'm like, "You sure about that?"
You want to run that again?
You don't mean that, do you? Like you don't really mean that. But that's fine. I'm okay with it though. You know what I mean? You got to be okay with who you are and what you do.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it did kind of turn into a video game chat, but that's because I have so much stuff going on in the background here. But you know, plus it's kind of universal. I mean, everybody kind of understands that kind of stuff. But
True.
The rail cart level, though, I don't know what that means.
Donkey Kong. Yeah, the rail cart level was brutal.
Yeah, we were saying that before. He does play. Yeah, I do too. By the way, I can't. I can't. I've since day one. I played all the time.
Yeah, I do too. Especially at work, because like I work at night, and if things are going smooth and things are just kind of a regular normal night, I kind of just function like a security guard essentially, just making sure people are being safe and things are getting done on time and blah 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 blah. I'm walking back and forth, but my building is 875 feet one way and 875 feet back. So I basically it's like it's over a quarter mile back and forth. I mean, my partner and I, we walk.
You probably get those steps, man. The steps is where it's at.
We get 5 to 7K a night, easily. I mean, I hatch at least one egg a night, at least.
That's awesome. Yeah, you know what? I used to do the really bad thing. I used to try to hatch them while I'm driving in my car. We won't tell anybody that, but I've done that. I'm kind of proud of it, to be honest with you. I've hatched a lot of eggs in my car. Pretty nice.
Just kind of cruise it. Have you hatched? All right, so here's one for you for hatched Pokemon. Now there's a way to search for this too on your phone. You type in shiny, space, and symbol hatched. I've only hatched one shiny Pokemon.
I've hatched 3 so far. I'm working on my shiny Shinx right now on my walking. It's pretty good. But yeah. So that, I mean, and you know what? I'll tell you what. You know why? Actually, you know what's cool between Pokemon and fish keeping is that fish keeping kind of reminds me of that as far as being able, wanting to collect a bunch and collect them all.
Have them all. Yeah. Collectoritis goes with anything.
Of course.
We're all just a bunch of hoarders at the end of the day.
Right? I mean, well, you know what? I mean, that's pretty much what's going on. I mean, thankfully, we do sell these, but that's what we got going on here. We're just hoarding a bunch of fish just because we like them.
Yeah.
Yes, JH Aquatics. Yes, they are for sale. Did you get a chance to see what's back there? I'll show you what's back there. Let me pick it up. I'll show you. So you're gonna go up here. Some bodies and some bodies and swordtails. Got some guppies. This is my better mix. These are my premium guppies up here. Oh, I have like hundreds of shinies. I'm a nerd, but I want to show you a little bit more. These guys are my favorite, though. These guys are awesome. I love these guys.
Those guys are good. Those are nice.
African cichlids are the best. Like, I got a couple peacocks in here. They're just kind of mixed in with the rest of them, but they're in here. But these are my favorite, though. The gouramis, these dwarf gouramis.
I'm telling you, that is such an underrated fish.
Yeah, I absolutely
underrated. Let's see. 74, Devin. That's all I got.
Some angels, breeders. So yeah, I also unfortunately it's dark outside right now. I have a bunch of koi outside too, but it's very dark outside, and I'm kind of scared to go outside when it's dark. So everyone knows that. It's everything's for sale, and we're kind of we're just that's what we do. We with Green Oasis Farms, we're fish plants and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So basically, these are my real life Pokemon, if you really think about it. So
yeah, definitely.
So definitely like that. I want to see some more of what you got there, AJ. I know you have your flower horn behind you. What do you have anything else to show me back there?
Yeah.
And I'm by myself now. That was kind of weird. We have a drive-through wild refugee up here, straight up Pokemon cheating village out there. Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. Where are you from, Tanks? So while he's gone, I'm gonna go ahead and I'll talk a little bit about what's behind me. So back here, I have an entire fish room going on. It was just completed a couple weeks ago. Let me go ahead and move it back here. We have about 15 or 20 tanks back here. I don't even know exactly how many. Every one of them is full, whether it's between fry or whether it's just adults with African cichlids, all that kind of stuff. Oh, here he comes back. You're muted. Oh, you're in Central New York. I'm from New York. I'm from Long Island.
Dank, yeah.
There you go. Yep. There you go.
Let's see. Here's a store plant, right? Got a big ass head of those. So in there we got those convicts breeding.
Oh, those are crazy. I love convicts, though. Convicts are cool.
Well, they're a different kind, though. That's the thing. They're like a parrot.
Oh wow, that's is that a was that a swordtail?
Like a short body. Oh yeah, those are platy. Those are the Hamburg platy.
Was it you that was showing me the mix between the parrot and something else?
Yeah, that's what's in there.
Yeah, let me see. Let me get a close up of that because I really like that.
There's a reflection. If you move I'll help you out. There you go.
Wow, look at that. That's really cool. I like that. Look at him. He looks like he's chewing on popcorn right now.
Right.
Anything.
There's one or two that are derpy. Oh, show them the babies.
Oh, we gotta find them. Sorry, guys.
Yeah,
I'm
there's
kind
like
of doing this
32
blind.
babies in there.
Where?
They're in between. They're
What size tank is that?
29.
Okay.
Can you see them swimming back in there?
Yeah, no, it's awesome. No, that's really. I see him nice and clear.
Yeah. And then we got another tank of them over here.
Kind of doing this blind.
Yeah, kind of doing this blind.
Just like.
So we got more over here.
Those guys are so cool. I want some of those. They're nice. They're really cool.
Yeah, we can always send you some. I mean, obviously we got them to breed. We can send you some.
We're working on it.
I have a lot of room here, so I definitely.
Show them the goldfish, probably.
Oh, you got some goldfish too?
Oh yeah, good. We have probably every stupid fish you can think of.
All right, she have a good night.
Bye, Ollie.
Oh, what those look like maybe like Ryukin and then what's it, lion head?
There's a lion head.
Yeah, lion. Big jump.
Yeah, those. I wish I was able to show you guys outside. I've got like a 4,000 gallon pond outside.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's full of koi. Is it? Wait, let me see if it's dark outside. Hang on. Hold on. Probably. Yeah, it's pitch black. That's not gonna happen. It's well, one day we'll have to come on and I'll show you guys outside. The setup outside is absolutely phenomenal. It's really, really good. So we have a lot. It's wow. That's those your convicts? It's hard to say.
No, so that's a longfin Oscar,
Oh, yeah.
Nicaraguan cichlids, a couple Dovi,
Yeah.
and then some 425s. Those.
Can you see it in there? I'm trying to.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now too. That's nothing. I have so I have that pond, but I also on my so we have enough land to really build a lot, and just our quarantine system alone is 700 gallons. So yeah, no, we don't mess around. We have we have a pretty big operation. Most of our sales are koi and goldfish. Oh, look at them. Turtles.
Yeah, diamondback terrapins.
Yeah, those are awesome. I used to see wild ones when I used to live in New York. I used to live on the canal on Long Island. It was pretty nice. We used to get those all the time. Yeah, those are cool. I like diamondback terrapins. But yeah, no, I mean, like I said, we do pond. My team builds ponds. There, we also do pond maintenance and everything like that too. So we do a pretty good amount of stuff.
These are a breeding red devil.
Yeah, these are a breeding pair of red devils.
Oh, nice! Wow, those are beautiful. How often do they breed?
Well, they've only done it once, so all I know is one.
They've tried to do it a couple times, but this is the first
Yeah, but
time.
they've tried before, but this last batch was the first successful batch.
They're trying to do it again too.
Yeah, we're hoping to do it
located
again.
in Ruskin, Florida. Do they raise their fry or no?
Yes. Oh yes.
Yeah, they do.
They're very protective.
Yeah, you see, like I some of my angels will raise their fry, but some of them we usually don't let them raise their fry because when we actually have better rates of offspring when we actually incubate them ourselves and we do everything like that.
Yeah.
It's just a better rate. The way we feed them is much better. Once they become free swimming, we kind of feed them like I was showing you before from the baby brine shrimp and everything like that.
Yeah, we have another flower horn in here as well. This is another thing that irritates the internet. Yep, that's a flower horn.
Oh man, that's beautiful! Wow, I love flower horns. Flower horns are so good.
And and he's actually not in the best shape right now. He had a little incident with the devil, and he lost.
Oh man, well, Red Devils are super aggressive though. Like that, them and like Dovais are super aggressive. Like they're cool, I love them, but they're so aggressive though. Oh, what do you got? You said little Gar?
Oh yeah,
He is little.
he is pretty little for now.
This is
For
not
now,
He's still a
nice
jaguar.
Jewel. He's not in his breeding colors yet, but
Jules, yeah, I
when this one
have,
gets red, he gets super red.
yeah, I have a bunch of Jules cichlids. Actually, right down here, actually. Which, by the way, let me make a shout out to Aquafunk. He actually gave me those. He gave me.
Oh,
those. Yeah, he lives here in Florida, so he gave me one of my breeding pairs of angels, and he gave me the jewels.
You might think these are cool too.
Dirt substrate. What kind of plants do you have? So I have right now on hand. I've got Anubias. I've got red tiger lotus. I have Ulvaceous. I have Madagascar lace plants. I have I've got Boy Viennas. And I have swords. I have Amazon swords. Which, by the way, have you guys ever seen? You guys ever seen Madagascar lace plants before?
Yes, they're beautiful.
Yeah, that's a beautiful plant. Is she holding?
There they are. There's the plants to show. I love that.
Yeah, that's a nice
wonderful.
plant. That's a super nice plant.
Yeah, this is just, and believe it or not, this one actually is not even planted in the substrate. It just has a weight on it. So I mean, and I have a bunch of these. This is only just one of them. Let me put this one back. I also have a bunch of banana plants too, which are awesome.
That is a cool plant. Yeah.
So George, whenever you're ready to buy some plants, hit us up on Facebook on Green Oasis Farms, or you can go to my eBay page at Green Oasis Farms, and you can look on there. And if you want something special, my special order list is about 90 pages long. So you let me know, and I can get you whatever you want. So yeah, definitely. I have a good selection here, but on hand I have about 10 different varieties though.
Oh, you need the frogs?
Oh, look at that. Is that for your frogs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What Devin, what kind of plecos do you have? That's a pretty cool setup. I like that. That's nice.
So what I'm trying to do there is
the water.
keep it cleaner, longer,
It's really
and see if that helps influence anything. And seeing if
right
yeah, thank you, Joe. And seeing if like keeping this wood in the water also helps. And I can also change that water a lot easier than I could before.
Yeah, that's always helpful. That definitely makes it a lot better. Well, you know what? Actually, let me show you something real quick. Believe it or not, what you see behind me, both of these systems you see here, these are all one system. So when I do my water changes and everything like that, everything's done at one time.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I'm gonna put it down a little bit. You see, hold on. You see the PVC plumbing that goes up here? It's right here. That's connected to a canister filter. That's good for like a 3,000 gallon pond.
Oh,
And I have that set up with a UV light on there, and it's got mechanical pads in it.
Nice.
I have a sump underneath it, and I have a sump underneath the other one too with my angel breeding rack over there.
wow.
So definitely a lot of.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It is really cool.
So I
That's a
definitely have a lot of stuff going on there. It's but and to me, it's not about the amount of filtration; it's about what kind of filtration you have. So like, again, having the UV sterilization with the mechanical pads, and it just all works. It's just all good. So I'm kind of like I kind of like it, and having one system is really really easy. And I have on. So she has albino bristlenose. I have actually. I wasn't able to show you guys because they're really small, but I have albino bristlenose as well. I love them. They are really cool. I have regular ones too. I'm surprised though because normally I have bristlenose in with my lace plants, and they don't actually eat my lace plants at all. Kind of weird, but I guess they probably could. You tried swords with yours, and they eat my. That I can see. I can definitely see them eating swords. That doesn't surprise me. That sounds about right.
There it goes. There it goes. Yeah. Those albino bristlenose, they sell easy though. That's the thing with those.
You know why I like them? I like them because they stay nice and small. They don't get gigantic. Like people that keep commons. I mean, commons are beautiful.
Exactly.
They get like this big, like, huge. Like I mean, I don't really know why. I mean, if you have a huge tank, more power to you. If you don't have a huge tank, there's really no.
No, that's the common pleco. That's one fish. Just take it off the market. You know what I mean? That's my opinion on it. It has no business being in the market right now.
Yeah,
it really doesn't.
Yeah, I keep one in my 7,000 gallon pond, and it's outside, and here in Florida because it's obviously they're good for they're good all year round. They're hardy here in Florida.
Yeah.
So I mean the one I have outside is like I can't even show you. It's like huge. Like it's like this big, gigantic.
But there's a spot in Florida you can go to. It's called Blue Springs, Florida, where that fish has destroyed the environment. In that area specifically.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've been there.
I mean, I've been there numerous times. And it's disappointing every single time. I mean, it's a beautiful area, but for what I find beautiful, which is underneath the water surface, it's not a good story.
I completely understand. You know what though? We might have to end this right now. I do kind of have to go. But listen, dude, it has been absolutely great.
Yeah.
And I think it's I really enjoyed it. So what we can do is let's try to go live again sometime soon. And until then, I know for you it's been good, but until then, keep it weird because that's what we do.
Stay weird, people.
Anyway, I'll see you later. And so peace out, man. Have a good night.
All right, Paul. Thank you, guys. And thank you, everyone, for showing up. Thank you, Eric on Matt. Thank you, Devin. Thank you, Matt Dang Tanks. Thank you, Holly from Shishi. JH, I love you, buddy. Thank you so much for taking time out. And thanks, guys. Thanks, guys.
Let's take a picture of us.
You want to take a picture?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, take your picture.
We're going to take a picture.
Yeah. Ta-da! Cheese.
Tacos.
Tacos.
Debbie.
Well, that's one way to end it, huh?
Mom, I want to see more pictures.